You are not trapped by the world around you. You are trapped by what you tell yourself about it. Every single fear, every surge of anger, every craving for what is just beyond your reach, they are not born from circumstance itself, but from the story your mind insists on creating about that circumstance. This profound, almost brutal insight is the very foundation of true power, a truth once spoken by a former slave named Epictetus. Today, you will unearth Epictetus's core principle, one he called the Dichotomy of Control. You will learn how to distinguish with absolute clarity what truly lies within your power, your judgments, your reactions, your character, from what does not, the endless swirling chaos of external events. This understanding will not simply shift your perspective, it will rewire your entire approach to life, offering a blueprint for unshakable resilience. Imagine Epictetus, a man born into bondage, living a life utterly devoid of what we consider basic human freedoms. He could not choose his work, his home, or even his very liberty. His body was not his own. It could be beaten, sold, or cast aside at another's whim. Yet, through all of this, he taught that a man could be absolutely free. How? Because he understood that even when chains bound his limbs, his mind remained a sovereign territory. He famously declared, "Freedom is not procured by a full enjoyment of what is desired, but by controlling the desire itself." His master could whip him, but could not make him believe the whipping was inherently bad. That judgment, that internal narrative, remained his alone. This was not naive optimism. It was a profound, strategic separation of self from external fate. Epictetus wasn't just surviving slavery, he was demonstrating a superior form of existence within it, proving that the most formidable prison is not one made of iron bars, but one constructed from unchecked thoughts and reactions. He understood that the moment you surrender your internal judgments to external events, you become a slave, regardless of your physical condition. And conversely, the moment you reclaim sovereignty over your inner world, you become free, no matter your outward circumstances. Now, consider your own life. Are you perhaps letting the whims of a demanding boss, a fluctuating market, or even the unpredictable nature of your own body dictate your internal peace? This principle, seemingly so simple, is a revelation that utterly transforms how you navigate the relentless pressures of modern existence. Think about the gnawing anxiety that plagues so many. Before understanding the dichotomy of control, you might feel a knot in your stomach whenever a difficult email lands in your inbox, a critical comment appears on social media, or an unexpected bill arrives. Your mind immediately leaps to catastrophic conclusions, envisioning worst-case scenarios, feeling utterly helpless. You might spend hours replaying conversations, agonizing over things you said or didn't say, things you simply cannot change. You are living as if the world is constantly happening to you, and you are merely a passive recipient of its whims, a ship tossed by every single wave. Your self-worth becomes tethered to the fluctuating opinions of others, your peace of mind held hostage by the stability of your job, the approval of your peers, the health of your portfolio. You are constantly striving, constantly reacting, constantly trying to manipulate the unmanageable external world into conforming to your desires, all while feeling a deep, underlying current of powerlessness. But imagine the shift. After embracing Epictetus's wisdom, the difficult email still arrives, the comment still appears, the bill still lands. But instead of an immediate surge of panic, you pause. A subtle yet monumental shift occurs. You recognize that the email itself is an external event. It is neither good nor bad. What is within your power is your interpretation of it, your decision on how to respond, the management of your own internal dialogue. You observe the initial urge to catastrophize, then you consciously reframe it. Is this within my control? The content of the email is not. My reaction is. My effort to craft a thoughtful reply is. The world around you doesn't stop being challenging, but your internal experience of it is radically different. You become less like a leaf blown by every gust of wind and more like a deeply rooted tree, swaying, yes, but never ripped from the earth. This is the profound difference between living at the mercy of every external stimulus and building an unshakable inner fortress where your peace of mind is not a fragile gift from fate, but a conscious, deliberate choice you make over and over again. You reclaim your agency. So, how do you put this ancient truth into practice right here, right now, in your daily life? Here are 3 specific Stoic practices to forge your internal resilience. First, cultivate the practice of premeditation of evils, or premeditatio malorum. Before facing a potentially challenging situation, a big presentation, a difficult conversation, even just a busy day, mentally run through a list of things that could go wrong. Not to wallow in negativity, but to consciously identify what parts of those potential outcomes are beyond your control. For example, if you anticipate a presentation, acknowledge that the audience might be unreceptive, the technology might fail, or your voice might crack. Recognize that these are externals. Then deliberately shift your focus to what you do control: your preparation, your clear delivery, your effort to engage, and most importantly, your internal attitude and grace if things go awry. The expected inner result? A profound sense of calm, because you've already acknowledged the externals and fortified your internal response. When the unexpected happens, it no longer feels like a crushing blow, but a predictable external that you are ready to meet with your prepared internal strength. Second, adopt the discipline of objective judgment. Throughout your day, whenever something external causes you distress, a spilled coffee, a missed train, an insulting remark, consciously strip away your emotional labels. Do not say, "This is terrible." Instead, force yourself to describe the event purely objectively. Coffee has left the cup and is now on the table. The train has departed the station before my arrival. A person uttered a series of words. Seneca himself advised us to examine into the truth of things and disentangle them from the common opinion. By reducing events to their bare facts, you disarm their power to dictate your emotional state. The expected inner result is a widening gap between stimulus and response, allowing you to choose your reaction rather than being enslaved by it. You become an observer of your emotions, not a victim of them. Third, and perhaps most vital, cultivate your inner citadel through daily reflection. At the close of each day, set aside a quiet moment, 5 or 10 minutes, perhaps before sleep. Review your day not in terms of what happened to you, but in terms of your judgments and reactions. Where did you let externals dictate your mood? Where did you wisely distinguish between what was in your power and what was not? Did you allow a minor inconvenience to become a major internal catastrophe? Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, constantly reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This practice isn't about self-condemnation, but about self-awareness and incremental improvement. The expected inner result is a steady strengthening of your mental fortitude, transforming your mind into an unbreachable fortress where true freedom resides, regardless of the storms raging outside its walls. When you consistently practice distinguishing between what you control and what you do not, you undergo an extraordinary transformation. You stop seeing yourself as a fragile individual constantly buffeted by the world's indifference. Instead, you begin to recognize an unshakable core within, an invincible self that exists independently of your circumstances. You are not your job, your possessions, your reputation, or even your physical health. You are the locus of your choices, the master of your judgments, the sole architect of your internal landscape. This profound realization liberates you from the endless pursuit of external validation and the crushing fear of external loss. You become a person who can stand firm amidst chaos, possessing a tranquility that is not circumstantial but inherent. The world outside can rage, but your internal world, your true self, remains untouched, serene, and absolutely free. This is not mere philosophy, this is a declaration of your inherent sovereignty. Your mind is the only true prison, or it is the only true path to freedom. What you have learned today is not merely a concept, but a living, breathing tool to claim that freedom, to build a life unburdened by what lies beyond your reach. The journey to mastering your internal world is a lifelong commitment, but the rewards are immeasurable. Do you possess the courage to embark upon it? There is so much more to uncover about the ancient wisdom that illuminates the path to an unshakable self. The next insight will delve even deeper into the very nature of our perceptions, revealing yet another profound key to unlocking your hidden potential.